We all know the feeling, right? When you're looking down at your fretboard and it's looking back with its little shark eyes, being like, "You're never gonna understand me. I'm so mysterious and noble and strong and old and can't die if I stop swimming." So we're gonna change that forever with story. We're gonna use story. So I remember stories really well. For example, the open strings. Story that I got told was that Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. So it's a powerful image, isn't it? You're never gonna forget that. Someone eating dynamite. I don't even think, well, he wouldn't have a chance to say goodbye, which is very sad. Anyway, let's start off with our sixth string. We're gonna learn the sixth string and we're gonna learn the fifth string, and that's gonna inform us of the rest of the fretboard. Real easy. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna try and remember this story, and I think really the only way you're gonna remember it is if you make it your own. So the singular words, which are gonna say the letters of the frets, they're gonna stay the same, but you can kind of make up your own stuff around it. So first things first, first fret. This story is about food. So F for the first fret. And specifically, our characters are 3 giraffes. Okay? So you can dress them. No, you can dress them in your mind. So 3 giraffes, and they're hungry, and they're gonna go to a restaurant that you know really well, or they're gonna go to your house and sit around your table. So you're picturing them 3 giraffes. So our third fret is G. Now, they want to stay pretty healthy. They're health conscious giraffes, so they want 5 apples. So our fifth fret is A. So it's a story about food. There's 3 giraffes and they want 5 apples. Reasonable, right? But they also want 7 bananas because they're on a fruit kind of vibe, and they need them. They need the bananas, but they realize that fruit isn't everything. We need to get some carbs in there. So 8 carbonaras. 8 seems reasonable. The giraffes, it's gonna take a while before that even gets to the stomach, to be honest. But they're starting to think, we don't have any drinks. What are we gonna wash this down with? So 10 Dr. Peppers should do it, right? 10 Dr. Peppers. So our 10th fret is D. And if I forgot to say the fret before it, carbonara starts with C. So our 8th fret is C. I could polish it off with a dozen eggs. So our 12th fret is going to be E. You can pause the video right now if you want, see if you can remember the story. Okay, actually, I need to interrupt myself briefly to backtrack slightly and look at a little bit of music theory. So, as you're probably realizing, we're missing out some frets. What happens to 2 and 4? Devastating for them. So, basically, the musical alphabet goes from A to G, and then it repeats. So you're A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so those letters were also given friends. So sharp friends that know what they're doing, they need a sidekick, a wing person. So each letter has a sharp friend. So A has an A sharp friend. Okay, B, we get into some issues because B's got no friends, and that's why B is short for bummer, because B has no B sharp. So we just move on straight to C, and then we have C sharp, and then we have D sharp with the letters in between, D sharp. And then we get to E, and E doesn't have a sharp either. It doesn't have a sharp friend. I can't think of a word for E that's bad, but B doesn't have a sharp, E doesn't have a sharp, but all of the other ones have a sharp. How does that relate to the guitar? So say, if we started with E for Eddie, our first fret is F for food, but then our second fret needs to be F sharp. So we're going up the alphabet, but they've got the sharp friends. G, G sharp, A sharp, B, bummer, because it's got no B sharp, so we go straight to C. I realize I am kind of doing the out shot, which is completely useless. All right, back to the video. Give us a quick refresher if you're back. So the story is about food. So first things first, our first fret is F. It's 3 giraffes, right? So they're craning their stupid necks and getting through the door. So we've got 3 giraffes. Third fret is G. They want 5 apples, right? And now we're moving up the alphabet, you might realize. So 5 alphabet, 5 apples, and then they want 7 bananas. You know, it's a heavy bunch, 7 bananas. 8 carbonaras, why not? It's 10 Dr. Peppers. They've, you know, maybe over-ordered there for the 3 of them, but they've suddenly realized they've got no drinks. A dozen eggs. Why not? A dozen eggs. Okay, so they've done all that, and as you can expect, it's giraffes for a start. It's, you know, rowdy. Have you seen the Planet Earth thing when they're fighting with the necks? So there's an aftermath. So our next string, our 5th string, is A for aftermath. Don't know if I'm saying that right. So, you know, the waiter comes through, or you come through, you know, make the story as vivid as possible. And he's like, listen, giraffes, you left 2 of these bananas. So our second fret is B, right? 2 bananas, but that's not even the worst of it. You've left 3 of the carbonaras as well. You know, the jaws there. 3 carbonaras, and you know you've ordered 10 Dr. Peppers and you've left half of them. 5 Dr. Peppers left undrunk. I mean, that's probably fine actually. You can put the cans back in the fridge if it was cans. But you know, the guy's really starting to get pretty annoyed now and started stalling because I don't know the next note. E, so like 7 of those 12 eggs. So like more than half. And then 8 is the absolute worst one because they've left 8 fingers, human fingers. The giraffes are looking at each other like, I don't think we did leave. I don't think we even ordered fingers. The waiter's like, you did. There's someone chilling out with just thumbs right now. Okay, and then the waiter's, you know, he's annoyed, so he starts to be pretty sarcastic with his tone. So he's like, you guys are 10 out of 10 great guys. So our 10th fret is G. And then we get to our 12th fret, and it's A again. So you could just do your aftermath but in a higher voice, because the fretboard just repeats. So it'll be A, B, C, all of that. So again, you can pause the video, see if you can go through the story. I'm just going to give you a refresher. So this is how it happens in my head. So first thing is the story's about food, right? And then we've got 3 giraffes chilling, they're getting together. The more details, the better. More likely you're going to remember it. So they're staying healthy, so 5 apples, 7 bananas, why not? 8 carbonaras, haven't ordered any drinks yet, so Dr. Peppers, of course, need Dr. Peppers, and a dozen eggs. And then we've got the aftermath, the next string. So they've left 2 of the bananas, you know, 3 carbonaras as well, 5 Dr. Peppers, exactly half of the Dr. Peppers they ordered, 7 eggs, so more than half of the eggs. It's a lot of wastage. And then 8 fingers, which they claim not to have ordered, but I don't know, the evidence. And then the waiter's like, 10 out of 10 great guys, you know. You guys are just great. Actually not. It's being sarcastic. So what about the other strings? Well, the one closest to the floor, that's our first string. That's the same as the one closest to our chin. So we could tell the story again, but just say it higher. So, the story's about food. 3 giraffes. So on. That sounded really weird. Okay, but what about the fourth and the third and the second? Okay. So, what you're going to want to do there is use this shape. So, say if I was playing my giraffe note here, I would go along 2 strings and up 2 frets. And then you have the same note, but it is up an octave. I'm deliberately not explaining much music theory here. Don't worry about it, we'll get to that later. So you've got 2 Gs. Okay, brilliant. So you can use that anywhere. That same shape. 2 strings along, so on your 4th string, 2 frets up. Get used to that shape. So if someone was like, I'm gonna catch you out, and catch you out so good, what's your 9th fret on the 4th string? It's like, I go back, 7. What's 7? Oh yeah, 7 bananas. So, 7 bananas. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So our 3rd string, we're going to do the same thing, but this time it's with the 5th string. So you hold the 5th string. So if someone was like, right, you can catch this guy out. What's the 5th fret on the 3rd string? Well, it's they left 3 carbonaras. Okay, you know, same thing. What's the 12th fret? Well, I mean, 10. 10 out of 10, great guys. Right, so we've done, what have we done? We've done all of them apart from our 2nd one, which is the B string for goodbye. So you, wait a second, how do we do B string? Oh yeah, this is how we do it. So we need another shape for the B string, which is this. So you go onto so say if we were holding down the 3rd fret, we go back 3 strings, so we're onto our 5th string and up 2 frets. If you play guitar, you'll notice that's the kind of like a C chord almost. So you could base your 2nd string on the 5th string. So what's our 5th fret? So we've got they left 2 bananas, 3 carbonaras, and 5 Dr. Peppers, exactly half. So we know our 3rd fret is the D. Yes, that's right. So that's a way to get you kind of started, and you can really quickly kind of know all the notes on the fretboard. Now, I wouldn't recommend only using this. You want to find lots of other different ways of kind of working out your frets. You want to basically be like, if someone was like, okay, 2nd string, 10th fret, you want to have a lot of ways of like kind of working that out. You want to be able to know, oh, the fretboard repeats at 12, so that would be B, and I could work my way back and find an A, or, you know, you could do the thing that we discussed, which is getting that shape there, like the C shape, so you'd get an A. So this is just one way to get you started, just if you're like intensely bored by like kind of just remember the alphabet and all that sort of stuff, and you need a story about giraffes in your life. That should get you started, and then think of other ways. If you liked this, which is all one take of me talking nonsense, thank you. Pay me back by teaching it to someone else, or just using it in music, and let me know in the comments, and like this video, and subscribe to this channel, and tell me how it went. Goodbye.